What is the Metal Gear spec?
Well, I don't know about that. Well, no, I don't have a Metal Gear spec.
Okay.
People think that I do, and I shouldn't propagate that. But I have a Metal Gear outline for what I thought the movie should be. And what I essentially did, because I do have sort of two different skill sets, and one is taking complex stories and breaking them down into films. And you're right, those long, drawn-out dialogue sequences would have to be cut down. But at the same time, in a game you can luxuriate in the amount of time that you've got, and Metal Gear clearly does. In a movie you can't. You have 2 hours, but I believe it can work because Snake is a taciturn, silent type to begin with, and it's really more in a movie about the pain you put him through, the journey you put him through, and I think what would translate very well are the environments, the villains, the challenges he faces. And I had wanted to basically start the story where Metal Gear Solid starts, with him on his ranch or his place in Alaska, and then them coming to nab him and take him off to Shadow Moses Island. That was my feeling about it, so that people who had played the game would feel that the story is being honored, but at the same time you take it to a much more concise and an even larger level to put into film. So
would it just be the story of Metal Gear Solid, or would you have some 2 in there, or where would you?
Well, it's all irrelevant because they're not doing it. But
not yet, David.
Not yet. You never know. You never know.
Emails,
yeah. Okay.
Right?
So all you fans, you write to Sony.
Write to Kojima first, and then write to.
No. Write to Sony. just write to Sony. They're ready to go. So. I would stay pretty much in the story of Metal Gear 1 just because it's got a lot to it, and I'd love to see Vulcan Raven, for example, live action, and there's a bunch of things I'd like to see, and plus that, I said that base on Shadow Moses is such a great haunted house kind of setting for a frightening movie, and really you could really blend genres in the way that the game does, with and I think you could do it in a way that really only loses a lot of the philosophical stuff. I mean, do we need Snake to be discussing love on a battlefield with Otacon, for example? That's debatable.
It is debatable. We'll see. Because do you think he's going to make a good movie, Rob? Do you think that it's got what it needs?
Well, I think when you look at the environments in 4, and you've been to Shadow Moses Island before, and you saw it in an older technology.
And now Shadow Moses in 4?
I think that's been out there, and the people at this point will have been playing that, right?
What? I guess yes.
Did I just break?
It's probably out there. One of the 5 locations.
Yeah, and so you see that now, and on the scale, and in HD, and on the next generation systems. Take it up another level to the big screen and the live action, and I mean it is an incredible location, and some of the action moments that go on there. If you can.
Ninja. Sorry, the cyborg ninja. I just would love to see that on live action.
Cyborg ninjas. Always.
So you can never lose.
It's going to be a good movie, right?
It's like jelly, cyborgs, ninjas.
Right. Yep. They just go
bring them together.
Perfect.
All right. Well, we will see what happens with the Metal Gear movie. Final question, then, Guy, that everyone at home wants to know: do you think Metal Gear Solid 4 is ever coming to Xbox 360?
Oh my goodness. My feeling is never say never. The budget, I wouldn't be surprised. So, for instance, the Hausers or Les Benzies at Rockstar North has said that GTA 4 cost $100 million. It wouldn't surprise me if the budget on Metal Gear 4 is in that vicinity.
Especially after David's fee.
Yeah, that's mostly my fee.
Absolutely, and
money well spent.
So they have to recoup. They have to recoup that, and I think if that does mean coming to Xbox 360, I think it could. My feeling is that it won't be soon. You know what I'm saying? So probably not this year.
What do you think, David? Do you think we'll see it on Xbox?
I don't know. I mean, if it were me, I would have done a 6-month window on PS3 and then gone to Xbox.
Talking like Michael Pachter now.
Well, I'm sorry, that's my Hollywood business side, but it would seem unusual to me that they would limit themselves. I mean, they have a deal with Sony
and a history
with them, and I think they're really doing right by them by sticking with them exclusively. However, I don't think it's even possible to keep a title like that from spreading to other systems, especially given the amount of money that it costs to hire me.
Rob, what's your take?
Well, as the editor of PlayStation, the official magazine,
and
of course,
the former editor of the official Xbox magazine.
Yeah. Right? There's a couple of moments in that game that, we've talked about its self-awareness, that I would say implies that it is not coming to Xbox 360 anytime soon. They have to make more changes than just porting the code, let's put it that way.
Oh, really?
I think that there are technical issues on the size of the game, fitting onto one dual Blu-ray, and just as, from a practical consideration there. But it would take more than just having a team spending more money porting code.
Hayter would have to come in and do some new voiceovers?
There would need to be some tweaks to the script.
Really?
So Kutaragi appears in the game?
No comment on that one.
We will have to see. All right, so it's forever tied to PlayStation 3 the way you see it, right?
Absolutely, yeah. It really is a bigger deal than just having a team work on a port. For fascinating, sort of the classic Metal Gear reasons. I mean, the audience will get such a kick out of what I'm talking about in this cryptic way.
Wow.
When they get there, that it's it's just part of that. Listen to everything that's going on around you in the game. I mean, there's a lot of cutscenes. There's a lot of talking.
You know about this, David, or this is news to you too?
I know some of what he's talking about, but most of it is just pops and buzzes.
All right, so it'll be a surprise when you play it. All right, well, that's Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots. We can check out now on the PlayStation 3. Thanks to all you guys for coming in here on the bonus round, and we will hopefully hear more from Solid Snake, if not in games and other mediums to come, right?
That's right. I'll do your cell phone message.
Give them a call. All right, lots of emails and phone calls to make now, fans. All right, that's it for the bonus round. See you next time.
Bonus round.